Right, we're back. Start uploading it. Put there for her. Yeah, I better have this going for you. So I try my best to show my point and prove my point. Of course, if I had video cameras, more video cameras, better angles, I can prove my point even better. Like the rich can really prove their point, can't they? About showing some points. So if a poor man's showing you some points and what can happen just by using shitty ass cheapo mobile phones, then what's wrong with that? That means they don't want to, doesn't it? No? You know, I'm going to get back into these better. Because they're hungry. And they don't like these seeds here either. They got the, like, they say they're for budgies and that, but they're really chunky and they've got peanuts and all that kind of stuff in it. They don't like it, so I'm going to say that when the birdies do rough up, chuck it out there. Because they love it out there. And I've had it in there for weeks. They don't like it. My babies is this stuff here. All birds might have different tastes, right? So that, my birds don't buy this. Well, I won't. When you buy it, look out, they might not eat it. That's because mine don't. My budgies, nah. They're literally avoiding the bowl and going through the normal seeds. They love these. Honey sticks. I've noticed is their favourite. And they like that. I noticed when they first tried honey sticks, they loved them like a kid and stuff. They ate a bit too much, and then maybe they might have felt certain things, who knows, but they did slow down a bit. I might have, because I stopped giving it to them a bit, because I noticed they were having a bit too much. But they do love eating this too. This is what we normally feed them, this kind of mixture. And the thing I recommend in this mixture, that they could probably use less of, but they wouldn't know, would they? But I can just tell you by my opinion, is the white shell, that white shell they have in it at the moment. But yeah, you got to get that. They don't really eat. I know they sell big bars, and they're probably just better off having them, I reckon, and save it out of here. But I do understand cost of things, and it might be a cheap thing to chuck in there and have it in there anyway. But I find it just gets wasted, really, anyway, in my opinion. And just scrap it out. I even chuck it out to the birds outside there. It's out there. And if you actually have a look all around the edge, there's lots of it. It's all seashelling. These little shells, like tiny little shells. Some of them pull out and get quite fast. Yeah, that's what they are. They're pretty much little tiny shells. Anyway. What is that? And then I say stick to a nice little diet, my babies at the moment, which is good. And I used to get the little fruit, little round little pads with little bits of fruit in it and that. And they didn't mind that when I first started giving it to them. It's something different, you know, when you sometimes you have something different and you know it's not great. But then you later on you're like, oh, I'd rather just keep with this chocolate or this sweet kind of thing. And when I have honey sticks with the other things, they don't often really eat around there as much anymore. They won't eat them. Every now and then, if their like food gets low or something, they couldn't be bothered picking in low into the bowl. I just don't want to have a little nibble. How things can change sometimes, eh? Love Shack, baby. No, they don't like the fight, so I just put all 3 sticks in there. They have at least have 3 or 2. Might just make it 2 at the moment, eh, betters? Because I noticed their tails are a bit bent up and they're bit because I've got to get a bigger container when you get in. I try to keep it close to the edge of the bowls so they can eat it from the side there as well as the middle. Hang on, hang on. You good for another 3 to 4 days, 4 days roughly. Push it tight. Or you want to check it before they start fighting and stuff like that. That's what I say.
It's actually been a long time coming. States have been investigating the way Meta's social networks handle young users for quite some time. And the issue is this question of whether some of the ways that Meta seeks to drive engagement on its core social media platforms
Now,
are actually
what Tessie's doing is like, which she does sometimes, but you got her anyway. And now I'm going to have to talk about her. Maybe it's because I need to talk about it. And I've already talked about it again. But you just might have seen Tess with some little rash sores. They look like that. Talked to the vet before about them ages ago. But I find it could be a person like biting nails. Doesn't mean they've got all bad nails. Doesn't mean they've got some sort of problem. It's more of a mental problem. And Tess seems to do this thing at certain times, roughly the same times. Like she seems to heal, be good for a while. Then all of a sudden, because she did, right? We've taken her for walks. Then all of a sudden, she doesn't have fleas on her. Her skin looks all right until she starts chewing it, right? So that's why I go, well, it can't be the skin thing. And if it is, it's coming and going because you can get that. I've seen cats lose hair and that because of skin conditions. But anyway, she starts eating herself. And then when I tell her off from one area, she'll stop that area, which is strange, isn't it? And then, because you think if you want to do it there, you'll do it there. But then she starts doing it in a whole another spot, her feet, the side of her leg, stuff like that. So I thought I'd mention this to people out there who might know anything about pets and things that can happen. And now she looks terrible again. And she's eating herself. And we're washing her. And we're trying to do our best. And what else can you do when you're low on money? And it comes and goes. Sometimes you make an appointment and then she'll just stop. Right? And you're like, oh. Huh? And it's hard to even make an appointment, right? And so what we do is we just leave it. And when we go to these appointments, when we make them, and definitely if it stops, we don't get no clear answer without having a shitload money more. And so with all those problems and that circumstance, we don't take it. We're trying to figure it out. So that's why I'm talking about it now. And when you look up things, you get many, many theories. And I try to put them together because, I'm a thinker. And the thing is, it's quite strange. It's like, I think it's just her. She just does it at these certain times is what the conclusion I've come to. But maybe one day, if I had money, I guess, and rich people would do this, because they've just got money, they're making more money than they're spending kind of thing. You do that. Well, I'd go in there and I'd get it checked, right? Definitely on this thing. Just hopefully they'll find out. And of course, they'll go, we need 20 million tests, because to get them to get the real answer, you might need some money, people? Because they're not real professionals yet. We have to pay for them to learn. That's how things go. It's a pity it's not a cheaper pay, you get it? And so while we're paying for them to learn the answer like a mechanic, right? Like how I've talked about professionals, right? And who should pay, right? If you're becoming a professional, as far as I'm concerned, they should pay for things like that. If they need to figure it out, if they say something and it's not it and they've got to do other tests to find out, well, then they should pay for that. That's what they do. Well, back in the study, they should have figured this shit out whomps ago and got some more real answers for people. Instead of people getting their real answer, it could be this, this, and this, and that. Well, I think we're getting sick of that. Right? We want to start seeing professionals that go, well, we know the answer. Well, it's only a couple of things. Get it down to a couple, not 10. Right? We'll get it more close to, we know I'll come to you, you might only give me a couple of answers. This might help us find out about professionals when it comes to vets. And you do too in some of these cases, and with mechanics. And then you go to the other one goes, well, it's only 3, so that one gave you 10 and I'm only giving you 3, right? Well, I'll go with you. And definitely if you go, well, if it's not those 3, and it could be another issue that it's very rare, then, and you find out that, just to find out the issue, you'll find out after the first 3 you're wrong. So you take it, you go, and that's how you learn, oh, I was wrong about that. Maybe something I should learn about trying to get that right, because I want to become a professional, right? And so I've done this during my work. I do it a lot. because I feel it myself and I do want others that wish to be done to me. And so I won't charge the other people to look up the problem again. Right? But what you can get these days, because everyone does it and they're doing it, is they all keep charging you, and it's not a good thing. Definitely when you class yourself as good as your job. But what you're doing is you keep practicing it, aren't you? Oh, here's the answer, here's the answer. What I'm good at is looking for the answer, is what they should say, isn't it, people? Not we know the answer because we're good at our job and we hear certain sounds and we've done this enough where we can get it down to a couple of things and make it nice and cheap for you, isn't it? Definitely when it comes to vets, like if vets have got a machine there, and I understand they've got to pay for it, which they can get paid for through what they do as a vet, right? Getting people to come in because they got the machine. A little bit like the mechanics, right? And so they got machines that can do these simple tests, but yet they charge forever and it never changes. Hundreds of dollars to do these tests that you just put in a machine and go beep, a little bit of power. You get it, people? So when can we get to those tests and those machines where they can just do a test and be part of a consolation fee or some other thing, and we've got to do tests, we can go bib, definitely if it's the bib test, or we've got to send it off to another person who might just go to the bib, right? You get it? So it's not really that hard work, it's just a little bit of patience and time. I want to know where the money comes in instead of hearing they've got to pay for the machine. What do you reckon, people? That's how we check up things. And if you don't check up things for real, and the top government don't, to find out things, then those things are never going to change and they can be overpriced, can't they? People can charge whatever they want. And then if other people are charging a whole heap of money and people are paying, what happens there? Then the other ones think, well, that's not fair. I'm going to charge because they're charging. I'm going to use what they're saying. You get it? Anyway, I'll leave it at that. But you see my point with the birds yet? I haven't scared them off. They haven't been around. Some of them are coming and going, have a little feed. They're rocked up. I don't know what's going on here today. Because I really don't really want to sit with this video sitting here because I do like to use the two phones at the moment. So I can do a few things at once. And we all do this and we work harder too. I wouldn't want to work hard all the time if I don't need to. But I'm in a shoe where I've got to drill hard because I feel I'm getting nowhere. So when you feel you're getting nowhere, what do you do, people? Keep on trucking till hopefully you get somewhere, right? But I do feel that I'm getting somewhere. It's just way slower than I thought. Better way of putting it. Oh, God. Hey, people, hope you like that advice, what I said, my opinions and a few things. And I will see you another time. Oh, and the roses, I end up putting them out. I water them, like, see how they're nice and moist, these ones here. But you've got to watch certain days. The first 2 days ago, so go back a couple of days when we had the first nice good hot day. It was a hot day, I was saying. You know, the extra hotter day. And I put them out, and then Tommy went to go check them 4 or 5 hours later. I'll show you some of them now. They were just recovering. It's a bad time to do it, eh? I should have technically, because I watered them that night and then put them out, I should have technically, because they're small pots, and the day, and the concrete and all that, right? And I should have technically, and I didn't want to get the mould, so I'm thinking the mould, but in the end, it'll make it worse, you know? Overthinking can make things bad, you know how it goes. Because when I do things like this, I go, damn it, I did it again. But anyway, I put them out there, and we forgot, and they dried out really quick. And it went from that nice moisture just within hours dried out because it was just too hot out there. It was a really hot day. And we haven't got more potting mix, I do now. And they have to be in the small pots as well. I want bigger pots. Bigger the pot, the better. You're going to dry them out so quick, and you don't have to give them that extra watering because they'll stay moist. You know? That's why it's good to put things in the ground, because the ground's like over here. And look what happened. But I'm recovering them. They're recovering, right? Took till today, really, and yesterday was a little bit more so. But one of them's recovering. It's like, God, what have you done to me? But I'm getting through. And I gave him a little feed, so that'll help them. But I definitely had the 4, right? And this one here, he's hanging on. He didn't dry out, right? So I'm like, I think it's gonna come back. It's just more. What have you done to me? It'll get a little bit of little bit of disease in there. But I got that stuff that I gave him should help that. But this one here, that was already like that, the ones that are already looking a little weird when I don't think they're going to recover. See, it's really dry it out. Sometimes they do, so you leave them long enough. It might take ages, but they start to recover and regrow. So you wait, as long as there's green there and something, you wait and they're not completely dry. But yeah, this one had a root, so I'm hoping this one might come back. See, it's got a little stem. It's got enough energy within that to somehow get us another kickback. You don't know if they've used up their energy reserves. And this one here had a root too, I'm not sure with this one. So hopefully they come back, these two, in the end. But I think these 4 here is going to recover. And this one is still recovering, kicking in now. It's starting to get a bit of a, lifting itself up. So it's looking good when it comes to the plants. So I'll have some roses that I can put at the back at the cat area. So I wanted some plants for the cat area. And you know what kind of plants you have for a cat area? Ones that cats can't hack at so much, right? Because they like plants and they like to bite plants. Because I've had plants with them at the cat area before. And you got to make sure they're well grown and can protect themselves, because they do tend to bite at them and pee at them as well at the areas, at their potting areas or areas that they dig at them. So I know they do that. So when I go to do it, I'm going to make sure there's enough rocks and some sort of like annoyance where they can't get up on there and want to pee. Right? That's what I'm going to, because the other pots were bigger, of course. So there'll be some sort of cage or an angle thing where hopefully it'll annoy them, where they're going to maybe cock and try to get in there, but they won't be able to get on there and try to dig, and you just prevent it. That's what I'm about to do with these cages. See, I've got the old waterfall cage parts at the back of cut and remove. I'm going to bend them into a square or round shape. To put over the top of the top parts, the sides should be alright, because I've got the cockies that come down and land here, land on certain things, right? And I don't want them to land on my plants while they're small, so it's going to be about a foot or so high. Occasionally what I can do at the back end. And I have the tops on them, so that way the cockies can land on it. They won't really get through that gap. So they should be right, and they'll just land on it. They'll look for something to grab and land on, until the plants grow enough and start growing out of it, kind of thing. And then they should be right. They might even be able to stay there, that cage. And then when the plants start growing out of it, they'll be big enough and annoying enough where they hopefully won't land on it. I'll soon find out, eh? But that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, people, have a good one and see you later. Bye bye.